Hi, good morning, or good night, or whatever time of the day is in your part of the world. Wake up this morning with pain in my fingers, but I always wake up with pains. Thing is, I'm not gonna give up on my life. I'm not giving up on defending myself in my life. As long as you attacking me, poking the bear. So, saying that, I'm gonna continue starting to tell my story. I want to tell all the details, all the little details. I don't want to forget anything. So I'll do my best to narrate my own story the best way I can, and I know. So, I was born in a little tiny village in Romania, Transylvania. The name of the village is Mestecano, in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful piece of heaven. The first thing I know about me, like when you come to know yourself, when you were a child, was nature. When I wake up in the morning, it was such a joy. I wake up with such a joy knowing that I'm going out there to enjoy nature. That was the reason I wake up in the morning with such a joy, knowing that I'm going out there to enjoy the river, the flowers, the trees, the butterflies, the bees, the wind, everything that is to do with nature. I enjoy it to the fullest. As a child, I loved it, and I still do. Saved my life, nature. So I, live every day as it comes as a child, because I remember I get to know about nature. I got to know about nature, enjoying every aspect of it. Sleeping in the grass, fall asleep in the grass outside in the summertime, having dreams about what's gonna happen in the world, like premonitions as a child, but I didn't know what it was at the time. Now I do. So, as I say, I wake up every day living my little child life until 4 years old, when I had the biggest shock of my life, because my mom died. So I remember everything about it, everything about the day they brought her home in a coffin, and I remember all the screams and the crying of my sisters and people. They come to mourn her, to say goodbye and to watch her for 3 days. The screaming and the crying still in my head. I remember my big sisters, they was crying and crying and crying. I remember thinking I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to hear the crying. It seemed like it's not gonna stop soon, all this crying. And as a child, I just didn't want to be there. I didn't want to hear the screaming and the crying and whining and the calling. And I didn't understand why they crying, because my mom was there right there in the middle of the house in that box. And I thought, it's so weird that she didn't come next to me to sleep next to me, and she chose to sleep in a box. That's what I thought as a child. I thought she chose to sleep in a box instead of coming next to me, and I thought that was weird. And I fall asleep. And when I wake up, she was still there. I don't remember what happened next, but I do remember all of us kids. We was 9. She had 9 kids, my mom, children. We was all in this tractor. Behind, they put the coffin in there, and we all around there, all the children going to the grave to bury my mom. Everybody was crying and upset. I wasn't. I just thought she's asleep. I wasn't upset, and I didn't understand why they're crying, because she was right there in front of me, sleeping. And we got to the cemetery, and I wasn't upset still, because I still seen her. But then they started letting the coffin down into this black hole in the ground, and that's when I reacted. I screamed, because I didn't want my mom alone. I didn't understand why didn't they put her in there, because she just was asleep. For me, she was just asleep. So I screamed, and I was scared for her, and I didn't want the people to do that to her. So I remember my biggest sister, Tanta, grabbed me. She grabbed me and swooped me in her arms, and she went with me. She ran outside the cemetery, and she stopped by a pear tree. And when I seen them pears, I just forgot everything. I forgot all the pain, everything. I just wanted a pear. I wanted to eat a pear. I was amazed by the beauty of the tree. I just forgot everything in an instant. And my sister ripped a pear from the tree for me. And the rest vanished in my mind, just stopped. I don't remember the rest, what happened. It must have been the shock, for a 4 years old child, you know. That's it for today. I think I'm gonna continue tomorrow or later, because I really want to tell you in detail. I want to tell everything. I don't want to miss anything from the story. I would like to write it down and read it to you, because it would be more accurate. So I'm going to start writing it down chapter by chapter, so I can read it more accurately with details. And yeah, so we started. That's good. Thank you, and see you later.